to the form of
These new components are for the wingtip Simone made when she was working here last week for 2 or 3 days. These are waiting for Keith to fit, but he's waiting also for the navigation or formation lights to line the leading edge up.
Checking the profile. Because I know I've got some of the holes on this side are original.
Yeah.
These ones are slightly different on this side. So we fix them in different. But I'm more looking for the fit.
Yeah.
Around the ribs, because the ribs were too long and it was holding it off and opening it out.
Oh, is that all?
So I've had to trim the ribs back,
yeah,
so they don't press on the inside, holding it off, and it lets it close. You can see it on this side if you look on this side.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it comes out very well, doesn't it?
This is where they've hacked it off.
So when these are steel and these would have been heated up and pressed out?
I would think so, yeah.
But they never even put them on a machine and just squared them all up. The compressor in the workshop's very noisy and it does spoil the audio. I'm trying to talk to the lads when the compressor's not running, but not always successful.
You add lumps on it along the ribs, it'll be all bumpy all along there. So you have to clean it all off, but it gives you a chance to have a look at it. Like where they've whacked some paint over it over here, you can see it's all corroded.
Yeah.
And the same here, look. See the corrosion? All on the edge.
Just on the edge, yes.
Yeah. So that'll all need cleaning up. It's in a few places.
Not worth scrapping it though, is it?
Oh no. You just polish it out as a little tiny bit there.
What about the tube? Is the tube alright?
It's been NDT'd, it's okay.
Yeah.
And Gerb's had a look down with a scope as well.
Yeah.
And he said it was fine, but it's just in these places where it's a little bit of surface corrosion.
So it will polish out that with a...
Yeah, we've just got to strip the paint off it, and there's odds and sods about everywhere. Oh, a bit there.
Yeah.
Let's go through it and...
Will you have to take all the skins off now?
What, off this?
Yeah.
No.
It's only on just this section.
This has only come apart because it was dropped in the crate and it bent all the skin.
Oh.
It done it, crushed. I'll get it and show you. Oh, so it had a repair in there.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they crushed it on exactly the same thing. This, you can see the creases where it had been crushed. This was near enough flat.
Yeah.
So I knocked it all out yesterday, all back into shape, so I could make some patterns, some formers.
Yeah.
So
you slide that in and then you just bend the aluminium over it, do you then?
that'll go on there.
Yeah.
So what we do is just get that's the backup board.
Yeah.
So you get a flat piece of material that's cut slightly oversized.
Yeah.
Pin that together and clamp it, and then knock it over and form it into the shape of the rib. And then we'll just put a new repair back in place of it.
Leading edge on the...
On that?
Yeah.
Well, waiting for the... because it's not in a jig, I've got no way of setting it up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been taken out of the jig.
Yeah.
So even if you put it back in now, you've got nothing to set the jig up to.
No. So what are you going to do then?
So what we're waiting for is to get the nav light cover.
Yeah.
And screw that back in position, on top,
Yeah.
and that'll give the outboard end reference point,
Yeah.
and I've drilled it off, so it'll. I've already drilled these in the new one. I've already drilled these holes around here,
Yeah.
so it'll pin in that position, and then when the light's back in at the top, that'll give us the backwards and forwards and exactly how far to pull it in, and then clamp it all up, and then pop the holes through.
And these formers will then, he'll just follow the shape of the ribs.
Yeah, and pull it in, and then just pop these holes through and pin it up all the way up, and then put the skins back in, and then pitch in the rivet holes all the way down.
Yeah.
And then, but this one, because we're using the same skin, I'll have to take this skin off and then back drill these holes. But what I've done is I've made, because this skin's so thin and they're 3/16 steel pop rivets, what it does, it tears the holes.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the aluminium, there's just no resistance against the steel. The steel just swells and tears the hole. So what I've done is I've made some backing plates.
Oh, yes. Oh, you did that before, didn't you?
Yeah, on the other one. Yeah, and on each one on the inside, just put so you're increasing the thickness.
Yeah, so if there's any damage, it's on the backing strip.
It'll pull against this.
Yeah.
And I've drilled them small so I can back drill the pilot, and then once it goes into the leading edge, then I can put the full size hole through nice and clean with a drill reamer.
Yeah.
So it'll all be nice and
sharp
and tight hole.
Oh, good.
And you get just one on each section down there. But this is going to be the awkward section to drill off.
Why
because the skin's in place.
Oh,
See, so once you've got the leading edge on.
yeah, it's going to be awkward that. So how are you going to get around that then?
Hopefully what I'll do is I'll peel back the skin, have this all pinned in place, and put this over the top. Instead of it being lapped under, I'll have this open and flex that skin open.
Oh, so you get your hand in.
So I can get in round there.
Yeah.
Whether I can do it that way.
Yeah.
If not, it might be a case of just marking it off and whatever, and then putting a small pilot through, and assembling it all, and then clearing it through.
Yeah.
So don't want to have to take that skin off. Trouble is they're built in a sequence.
Yeah. The way they're overlapping. Yeah.
Yeah, and we built it up in the sequence.
Yeah.
And of course you're trying to jump in a stage that's not the last stage.
Yeah.
To get in to do it all, and sometimes it may end up that I'll have to de-rivet this, kind of up to there, and flap it open so I can get in, and then I just have to re-rivet it up again.
Yeah.
No, these are loose, so we can get to the tails. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just taking as little off as possible.
Yeah.
Because every time you take it off, it becomes a bit more floppy.
Yeah.
It gets it slightly out of shape, and then when you come and pin it all together, you find it's not correctly aligned.
No. Oh, good.
So that's the beauty of having it in a jig, you see.
Yeah.
So until you need to, you've got all the attachment arms, and it's dead solid.
Yeah. So your navigation light, or whichever it is, you just got to put that on top now, have you?
Yeah, the lenses, there are new ones made.
Oh, I see.
So they've sent the old ones away.
Oh, so...
We've got the skin made for the top and the reinforcement plate which goes around it.
That's a new plate, is it? You couldn't do anything with the other one?
No, it was missing. You'd see the ghost of it. Where it was, had been taken off.
Yeah.
The new stringers.
Oh,
yeah. You've got two bits of angle, one side the other. They'll be riveted together and then riveted on the skins. And that's how we're attaching it to the what we call the fingers, which attach to former 27.
Yeah.
That goes against the former, and the bolts go through to hold the two bits of fuselage together.
And that's how you're going. Is that how they normally connect the stringers?
No, the old one here, that's the original stringer. It's just one. Yeah, that one little bit goes in the middle.
Yeah.
Like that. But because we've got two bits, we're just lapping that bit over just to give that bit of strength.
Yeah.
And that'll sit like that.
And how many stringers you've got to make up?
Too many. All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Why is that?
Because of the damage it had. The front half of it, for the 27, was separate to the rest of it. It's all been made up. So we got a gap in between formers 28 and 30. Former 29 doesn't really exist, and it's all been made up.
Yeah.
So we've got to put stringers all the way through, and we'll finish them off at different formers.
Yeah.
So it gives it strength. You're not finishing all at one formers, and that will form a weak spot. So we're staggering them.
Is this your own design then?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they normally just have that one piece of angle.
Yeah, that
through,
one
don't
piece
they?
there. Yeah, that's extruded section.
Yeah.
That is really strong. You can't put a twist in it or anything.
No.
So that'll suffice. Suffice for ground running
That
anyway.
looks a good joint, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's worked out quite well.
Yeah.
It's not so bad on a short bit like that, but when you're working on a bit that's about 12 foot long, it makes it a bit awkward.
Yeah.
You tend to bang into things.
Yeah.